Today's vlog is brought to you by Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals.
Found a different treasure.
These are the kinds of things that like really are fantastic.
Yeah, you got to show me where I'm going.
Right here, there is 4 fingers very clearly in this brick. Look at that. This 200-year-old brick. Now, the story we've heard that Ethel told, that we do not know if it's true or not, is that the bricks on this site are ballast brick that were used in ships that came over from England, so that these would have been made in England and used in the ship for ballast. I find that a little questionable because ships bound from England would have been carrying goods to the New World, so they wouldn't have needed ballast. You would have needed ballast for the return trip, not the trip here. So what ships would have been bringing over obviously would have been refined goods like green feather edge, Chinese import wares, tea, silk, things that could not be produced in the New World, and then they would have returned with things that we were growing here at the time, because of course we're in probably an 18th century or very, very early 19th century space, so this is probably pre-cotton production. This is in the time when we were still growing indigo, tobacco, and maybe sugar. So who knows? Are these the fingerprints of an enslaved person who is here at Hope Farm making bricks on site? Or are these the fingerprints of a person in England in a extraordinarily low paying job making bricks for ballast? Who knows? But either way, that's a over 200-year-old handprint
That is a cool find.
Put my hand into. That's You're lucky. You're usually lucky if you find like one fingerprint, if you can find a fingerprint. And I've looked on these bricks 1,000 times for fingerprints and haven't found them. And I just happened to be looking through here and looked down and I was like, oh, look at that. That is someone's hand. And look, come get close. You can really see. You can see the divot between the pad. You can see the joint in the knuckle where the pad of the finger pressed in, and you got that. So amazing.
What do you think, Nova? What do you think? I don't care about it. I'm not interested in your brick. Very cool find. We're going to put a sign above it.
Yeah.
Just out of camera. Hello, Lady Cardinal.
Jack and I are having a minor disagreement. Jack wants to lay outside in the sunshine. Doesn't he look happy? And Jack should be able to lay outside in the sunshine. He's a dog, and if that's what he wants to do, he should be able to do that. The problem is, Mama is about to go up and work on windows at the house. The problem is that this Jack is an escape artist. It's actually official because it says so on his collar. He has a tag that says, "My name is Jack, I'm an escape artist." And he has learned how to climb this gate. So if he's outside and Mommy and Daddy leave the yard, Jack will climb the gate and come to find them. So Jack has to be inside if Mommy is not outside with him. Jack, can you come, Mama? Jack, Flapjack, Applejack. Jack. Come on, buddy. Oh, I'm gonna be a bad boy. You're showing the literal whole world that you be a bad boy. Are you being a bad boy? What happens if Mama goes inside? Let's see what happens if Mama goes inside. Okay, hang on. Let's see how long this lasts. It might last a long time. He might decide he wants to be out there. Let's see. You can see the ears are up. See, the ears are up. I'm much more alert. Now, those of you who came to the very first Restoring Hope weekend, you may remember that Jack had been put into the backyard for the Restoring Hope weekend. And the next thing we knew, everybody came over to see Pearl. We put the backyard of Pearl with a fence and a gate. And everybody came over to see Pearl. And the next thing we knew, Jack was on the front porch. He had dug himself out of the back gate or climbed over. I can't remember which one it was. That little stinker. He knows I'm watching him. Y'all, this dog is a human in a fursuit. He's so stinking smart. Now we have Theophilus Thistle, aka Ted, who's darted out the door and decided he wants to be an outdoor cat. You're not an outdoor cat. You're an indoor cat. You are an indoor cat, Theophilus Thistle. Theophilus, Ted. You indoor cat. You know what I absolutely love about having a big Eddie on the work site, on the job site? Last night, Kevin and I left the window. Remember the window that was like right here? We put it all back together. It was sanded, it was primed, but it needed a new stool. And we're like, we'll worry about that tomorrow. Well, today's been crazy. It's like 2:30 or 3, and we haven't even gotten to start working on the house yet because we've had a million things going on. We come up to the house. The window is in. I know Kevin's already shown you this, but it's a surprise window. Like it's a surprisingly just done and done perfectly, properly, correctly. No issues. Just done. Didn't have to ask. Didn't have to ask him. He didn't have to ask me. He just saw that it needed to be done and did it. It's like a miracle. A miracle's happened. The angels are singing. Anyway, that's why we love having a Big Eddie. Conversely, sometimes on a job like this, you have to have hard conversations because things are not done up to your standard, right? On a job of this magnitude and of this historic importance, things have to be done at a certain standard. And when you discover that they haven't been, you have to have hard conversations about, let's pull it up to standard. We're not going to just let this fly. It can't be close enough. It can't be good enough. It can't be nearly. And these are things that we should have been consulted on. These aren't things that you just like make random decisions on and tell us what it's going to be. No, we should have been consulted on these things. Now, partly our problem because we gave too much freedom and trusted and didn't do enough oversight. But Kevin's having to have a conversation that's probably not an easy conversation. And I just texted him and said, do you need me? And I'm hoping that he does not need me. I'm hoping that he does not need me because I can assure you that I'm fairly heated about the situation, and my tongue and my face I don't think would be helpful right now. And I'm at least self-aware enough to know that sometimes my presence is best. My absence is better than my presence in some situations, at least to start. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but of the two of us, I'm the mean one.
Scale. Oh no.
Did you scratch my scale?
It looks like overspray or something.
Well, imagine that. Imagine overspray all over the place.
It's overspray.
It's just not ever gonna, it doesn't matter how many times we tell them.
Are we on video?
We are absolutely on video.
Yes, the story of our life is overspray.
Is people making more work for us. That's the story of our lives right now.
Anyway, what I want to tell you, so yesterday we left with a dilemma.
You are shaking that weight, boy. Let me tell you what, you shaking that scale.
You give me something to hold, I'm going to be doing it.
I know.
So we had a dilemma. We didn't have enough weight for that top window because these windows weigh significantly more than the old windows do. The glass is heavier. There's a little chunkier wood, at least to this one, than they are in the front of the house.
I think they're all.
Well, remember
they're
the bottom of that one.
Oh yeah. I think the bigger problem. I think the bigger problem is the tempered glass. It's so heavy.
Glass is so heavy, believe me. So we had a problem because our weights were not heavy enough. But we found a heavier weight. So we've got two different sizes around here. So we found a heavier one, and then we're going to have to add 7 pounds to it, which we're going to do using these.
Amazing.
And it helps us get it into the pocket because these are rotate. Now, we don't have any problem getting in the pocket of these because we don't have any trim on there. So we're actually able to just go in the side.
Like that's the pocket right there. You go up.
Well, that's, the weight pocket, I guess. This is your access.
There's the rope.
Typically, if you've got trim up.
But I was showing them the actual pocket that is exposed right now.
Runs here.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be able to do that. We're not adding terribly much height, so we're talking about this much height, which is not exactly another weight like we thought we were going to have to do.
Yep.
So we've solved that problem, and we can get this window in.
Except we're going to paint it first.
We're not going to get it in today because we're going to paint the exterior.
Yeah.
Because easier to paint the exterior inside than after you put it on
Than
the
having to
outside.
climb up this ladder.
And
be in the
scaffolding
sun.
and
And,
whatever, so.
yeah.
So,
I tried to get out of it. I tried to talk myself out of it, but that's just making more work
Painting
for
it?
myself later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that's what's going to happen.
All right.
We'll paint those muttons black.
Aye.
So we'll look super rich.
Yeah.
There you go. Happy ending, sort of.
Bye.
Yes. So what's happening tonight?
Karaoke.
Karaoke happening tonight. I will not be there. Lane will not be there.
We missed.
What song is your go-to?
You Ought to Know is my go-to.
You ought to know. What is that?
By Alanis Morissette.
Oh yeah. You.
Yep. No. Not for free. Not on camera.
Yeah, we need a sponsor for Austin to do You Ought to Know. Actually, that would take our copyright away, so we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But just imagine how good it is.
Just use your imagination. Really do some creative thinking.
All
And
right.
it's better than you can imagine, I promise.
There you go.
Yeah.
See you later or tomorrow or...
Yes.
Lane's back smearing her paste, her Elmer's glue.
Here's the thing. So it's a masking stuff. So normally, generally speaking, I assume that when I die and go to hell, I'm either going to end up in the 5th circle, which is anger, or the 7th circle, which is violence. Right? Like that's how I will end up. But
Dang, Lane.
I am pretty sure that there is like
Save me a seat.
okay, all right. That there's
I'm
like
going to show everybody my bruises after you're done with this. Go ahead.
Right, a circle. There is a circle for this. I don't know what circle it is. Dante didn't have it like defined in his Inferno, but painting window sashes and masking the window sashes.
But now one thing you did learn
is to do the whole thing.
is to do the whole
And
thing.
to do 2 coats on the whole thing. Don't be messing around trying to just do the edge because that's going to cause you all kinds of grief and angst and problems.
Then
So
it gets too thin in the middle. It's hard to pull
it's
up.
a nightmare. And it leaves a weird little, even if you clean it off, it kind of leaves a little shadow. So we're not going to do that.
So do the whole
But
thing.
I'm convinced that I have died and gone to hell, and I am stuck in whatever circle painting window sashes is.
That is a circle, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
How's that bubble? It looks good to me. It looks perfect.
You have too much sag in your house here.
That one's level, and believe it or not, this one is level because, I don't know if you can tell on camera, it doesn't look level because that window is so far off.
Like I get right up underneath
It's
it and
like-
don't believe it's level, but
I-
it's level.
It's crazy.
Do we have a level where we can show them?
Yeah, Eddie's got one. Yeah, go ahead and put it on there. Yep, look at that. I mean, it's level.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It's an optical illusion, is what it is.
Oh my word.
And we're not changing that window, so
Nope.
don't even ask us. It's staying exactly the way it is.
Are you headed to Natchez for one of our many year-round festivals? Balloon races, music events, Christmas tree lighting, parades, historic home tours, historic cemetery tours. Natchez, Mississippi has so much to offer year-round, but we know when you get here, you're going to be looking for an absolute charming place to stay. And that's where we think at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals, we have just the place for you. Anything from a beautiful, charming southern front porch overlooking the majestic Mississippi River, perfect for sunsets, sunrises, to an intimate, cozy cottage with a private hot tub, pet-friendly places, family-friendly places, and girlfriend, get-out-of-town, getaway places. We have it all at Absolute Charm Vacation Rentals. So we invite you to go to our site, absolutecharm.com/Natchez, and we look forward to seeing you in Natchez, Mississippi real soon.
Unboxing videos.
Finally, Kevin bought something on Amazon.
Yes, and this excites me. Look at the fancy
Ooh, it's
box.
so. Oh no, that's mine.
The heck
I've been
is
waiting on that.
it? What is it?
I bought myself that for my birthday.
Oh, another gift for your birthday?
Well, I really wanted it. Hang on, it's really
Like,
cool.
These are not lights for the post. I hope they're not.
Hang
I
on.
overpaid.
You're gonna like it too, though.
Okay.
Hang on.
I will give this to you.
Yeah. Okay. Hang
Okay, hang on. What did she say?
I'm finishing my fourth
I'm gonna put it on one so as to be
dark
nice
chocolate.
to you and you not warp your head everywhere. And I'm just gonna step back a little bit like this.
People know that you have to. Anyway,
That
people
my head
know.
is oblong. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. This is 300 years before color. So,
So color is. How long has color been around?
seriously, you as a graphic artist of
Yeah.
40 years
It's happening.
are going to find this fascinating. I didn't
Okay.
show it to you because I wanted to show it to you when it got here. It's
Oh.
a very fancy box. It's the art of color.
Oh.
And it talks all about the making of colors.
Like dyes. and-
Grisaille is a technical invention. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's how the range of color that we use in art today came about. So
That's an old book.
it's not, it's a copy. But before Pantone, the Pantone book
Yes.
that you have used
That
for
I
how many
lived
years?
with, yes.
Should we tell people what you do for an actual living? Like maybe people don't really know what you are and what your degree is
I don't
in.
know what these people know on YouTube.
So Kevin is a graphic artist by profession, was an artist by a paid artist by profession for how many years did you own your own company? Or you still own your own
35, I
company?
think,
But
so.
like you had a big company
Since I
for,
was 24.
he had a big
So,
big company for
34
24 years. And so
34.
color and the use of color has been his whole life basically. And so before Pantone, there was one book, 1692. It was first written, so 300 years before Pantone. And it's supposed to contain every color
What?
imaginable in every tone, every mixture.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
So it's a 1692
So
Pantone
it's a
book.
1692 Pantone
That is
book.
fascinating.
And I bought it because I thought, I thought it was fascinating that they were doing this modern copy of this 1692 book that we'll never, ever get a copy of because obviously, can you imagine? But I thought, what a great place to pull colors for Hope Farm, from
Yeah.
right? Like these basically can
Yeah.
serve as color cards
Yeah,
for Hope Farm. Look at these.
that's crazy.
Aren't these amazing? And so it came out around my birthday, and I was just online one night and
Yeah,
thought, I
As she does.
want one of those. And then I bought it for myself, and I thought, should I had somebody buy that for me for my birthday? But it just got here. Aren't these awesome?
That's very cool.
Isn't
I do
that
love
cool?
that.
And I
yeah.
know you would love to look through it too.
And so are the colors named?
like spend some time with it.
what does that say?
Well, it's in
Latin?
I think German.
Oh.
Der Eitluft, which I'm assuming is like mixes of, I don't know what it. We'll have to research because I don't know anything about it. I wasn't familiar with it really.
But you thought, whatever this is very cool.
No,
and we
I
need
read
it.
about it, and then of course I went and learned about it online, but I need to learn more about it because I kind of thought I'm gonna wait and learn all about it when it gets here and I have it. And I mean, how amazing
Well,
is
that's
that?
a fun night right there. You got a
Isn't
fun
that
night ahead of you, don't you?
Incredible. I mean, for Lane, it's the most fun
Yeah,
night
that is very
ever.
cool.
And then how amazing to use these to pull colors.
I love the variance of color within those colors. You
Right?
know, that's Pantone's everything is completely solid.
Yeah, no, this shows these would have been probably watercolors mixed to create these incredible rainbow colors.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Zoom
every
back in on it.
every
Oh, too
color.
late.
Every color that could exist. Every mixture that was imaginable in 1692.
Yeah.
How to mix it. They all, over here is like what color they are, how to mix them.
Did you buy this on Amazon?
It was one of those Facebook ads. It got me. It got me.
I
Because
was going
it
to say we
like,
could put a link in our
it was like a collector's
video for people that
edition,
want to buy that.
and came in this really fancy
Oh,
box.
it's a fancy box.
Yeah. Isn't that fancy?
That is
now,
fancy.
these are probably your lights.
Yeah, that's all my lights. I was wondering why they would come in two boxes.
That
but
is that I have been waiting for this, and I wanted to show
another
this to everybody.
thing that you forgot you bought yourself.
No, I've been waiting and waiting. Like I thought, is it ever going to come? It was kind of one of those like maybe it's never going to
Yeah.
come.
Okay.
Yeah, this is from Amazon.
Yes.
So I feel like those are your
So
lights.
now I get to open my
Oh
lights.
look at this. Like I couldn't.
300 years
before color. I should have seen that, but we didn't. So anyway, I'm gonna take this inside while you open your lights, and then we'll film you opening your lights.
You're gonna miss.
What did you get, Kevin?
I got lights for our fence posts. And they probably are not gonna shine tonight because they are solar. But hopefully tomorrow they will get enough light. We've had these before and they work pretty well.
They work well enough for down here at the cottage.
How long did I look for the right
Oh,
lights?
Lord, again.
Okay, look. So these are very versatile. They've got all these different sizes. And that's what I needed because I've got one post that is so close to the house that any widening of the light was not going to fit. So I had to look and look and look for the right ones. There's nothing more upsetting to me than spending money on something that doesn't work or is not the right thing. That's why I have to research to make sure I get the right thing.
Probably the biggest arguments and disagreements in our entire marriage
You just walk away now.
are
It's like-
the length of time it takes Kevin to make a decision.
So here it is.
Whereas
Looks
Lane
like
is on
this.
Facebook at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
buying books
yeah,
about color.
Exactly. So yeah.
Look at
put it
look
on
at
there.
Theophilus thistle down here.
What's up, Ted? So
Let's see.
it's very small, and it had to be. See, this is it's exactly the 3.5 by 3.5
Yeah.
to fit over the fence posts. So I can put that one on.
Well,
there.
go
So
put
I'm
it
gonna
on your
go see if
fence
it'll fit,
post.
and I'm gonna be very sad if it doesn't.
Oh, that's gonna fit.
I think
gonna
so.
do it.
There's
I-
very little room though. You
I feel
see.
good that it's
You
gonna
see.
do it. Look at that.
Yeah, that works pretty well though.
Yeah.
That's the only one that would have. I mean, I had to look through a lot to find it.
Uh-oh.
So then you put a screw here in the side to mount it.
Amazing.
Yay! So I
Yay.
gotta put all these out. Did you put me on 1 that time, or did you go to 0.5?
I think I probably put you on 0.5. See,
hatred.
that way. when
Look, they don't
people
even know
come
what we're
here-
talking about.
When people come here and they meet you in real life, they'll be like, "You're so thin."
No, they'll be like, his head is not weirdly shaped like I thought. I thought he had a real problem with his head.
Well, tell them what you're talking about.
It's the zoom. She zooms out to 0.5, and then if you get on the side like this, it ends up warping you.
Yeah.
So.
But he's so tall, to get him all in frame and whatever he's doing, I often have to put him on 0.5.
I put you on 1 to make you look like a person.
Well, I'm not a giant. Okay, so I'm really excited about this. I wanted to show you this.
Yeah.
My friend Janet Lewis on Instagram. I'm having to watch Theophilus Thistle, the successful thistle sifter,
Oh,
who successfully
crap.
sifts 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. He's experimenting with outside while we're out here.
Yeah.
And he's never been outside before.
Not off the porch.
Theophilus, aka Ted. Anyway, Janet, my friend Janet, has been helping me source fabrics for Hope. You know, I've been on the eternal quest for the perfect fabrics for Hope's parlor. And I want greens and blues and golds. So this week, I got this sample, which I am like
I want to zoom in on that.
super loving for the couch.
No, I like that one.
For that 1810 Sheridan couch.
Not
And
sure
Kevin's
what I
not
feel
sure
about
this
this
one, but I feel like this one brings a little touch of modern. Just brings a little touch of modern.
It's a little LSD.
It's not though. It's not. Look, it has all the colors that we love. And see, here's the thing. I'm going to use it on that 60s Chippendale set that we have. So there's only one small cushion on the seat of all of that.
Okay.
So really all you would see is probably about this much, maybe.
I could live with that.
So it's just going to be the light green to blue, which is going to be like, I want it to be the colors of Wedgwood in there, right? I want that living room to be the colors of Wedgwood. Well, what is this? It's what is that sound?
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, something over in the leaves. It sounds like a deer, which we have. But it's a little
I haven't had a deer in a long time.
Anyway, this is kind of the colors of Wedgwood. And of course you can do both colorways. But I really
So it's
really
going
like
in the
these.
parlor?
Parlor. And they're a little bit of a stretch for what would be a traditional Georgian Regency fabric. Just a little bit of a stretch, but I think they have the feel. I wish you could see I know you can't see on camera how lush
I think you can.
this is.
I can see it.
I mean, it's delicious, and it's velvet. I mean, it's just. I know what you're gonna say.
We'll leave that one for the ORN after dark.
After dark. It's okay. I think you can tell them that you think I'm luscious and delicious. It's fine.
Okay.
Because see, that's what the pattern will be.
I'm getting us into PG territory.
I
right
know.
there.
But yeah. So that's that.
That's that. Okay, I'm gonna go put the rest of my lights out.
Okay, and catch that cat.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
phone is
One
recording?
of the reasons people keep bothering us to get microphones, and I feel like we should tell them that one of the reasons that microphones aren't a great practical solution for us is that we take turns using like I use my phone, you use your phone.
Yeah.
And when you have microphones, there's only one receiver, so we could only use one phone. And we'd have to like receiver back and forth. It would be
Yeah. I mean, the
really difficult. Hey, I
the
can't
truth
see your
about doing
head.
these vlogs, what?
I can't see your head at all. I'm gonna move it.
You know.
But that's the pretty. We gotta see the Kevin pretty.
The truth about doing these vlogs is that we've got to do it run and gun. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard enough to set up a camera and point a camera.
Yeah. That's why we weren't
Capture what we're
doing
doing.
that many restoration videos anyway, because it's
Yeah.
just too hard.
It's
We're
hard.
not Julie Montague with her production team that follows her around all day. It's Lane and Kevin and a team of mosquitoes that follow them around all day.
Yeah, and you'll probably say next, you know what you need is like an intern or like a college student
Yeah.
that wants to, find me one that's going to be here, when we're here and leave when we leave. And
Yeah.
the truth is, I mean, we've done enough of this production stuff too, that if you get mic'd up and shoot your scenes like they do for HGTV, you have no time to get anything accomplished.
At all.
And you may not be hearing a word I'm saying because I'm way over here.
But if you like the daily vlogs and you like keeping up with us, you gotta just work with us and know that this is just real life. And it's how it's really happening in the moment. It's not scripted, it's not planned, it's not filtered. And if we take the time to be like, okay, hang on, we gotta get the mic up, say it again, that was funny, say that again. It's never gonna be genuine and real and right. And we want you to see us genuine and real and right. And so we hope
I
you
think that's the fun of the vlog.
yeah, you can make some exceptions for us, understanding where this isn't professional production. This isn't HGTV, right?
We don't have a crew.
We do not. Well, we have a
Well,
crew working on the
crew.
house,
We're not a production crew.
and I wouldn't even say we have a crew. We've got some dudes. Also, something somebody mentioned today, which was, hey, I'm ready to see a whole bunch of stuff being done. When is
Yeah.
it ever going to get? When are you going to be doing some big stuff? Look, we're also ready for you to see like a big jump forward. But this, what you're seeing here, is the reality of a restoration project. It doesn't happen like it happens on HGTV, where there's a gutted out house and 15 minutes later the house is done. Right, Kevin?
Yeah, and I feel bad because we're just like 6 months of window content, but that's just how many windows there are in this house. I'm sorry about that.
Well, and I mean, like, there are a lot of things that are going on that you're not necessarily seeing.
Yeah.
That, like, wiring and plumbing and some structural repair. But we also have like jobs that we have to do every day to make money. So we can't move at a pace that a heavily produced television show can move at. Well, like, for instance, this week we got promised by our heat and air guy last week that this week was heat and air. We were on his schedule for this week. He had a whole week booked for us, right, sweetie?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, then, it's the start of summer, and little old lady's air conditioning's going out. Well, she needs her air conditioning, and I feel for that,
And that is a priority in this summer heat. Getting someone who's living in their home, getting married.
There's John.
Hey, John.
Hey, oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. John's still here. Getting their air conditioner going so that they don't die of heat stroke is more important than getting HVAC installed in this house right now. So we are very much at the mercy of a lot of other people. Like, John's been working on windows for 6 months. Eddie and Christy have been working on stripping this house for weeks, but it just takes a long time. It takes a long time to do these things. Doesn't it?
It does. They're probably saying stop talking now,
But we're working.
so the other thing I was going to say, I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Rick. What's up, Rick? But like the other day, he was like, "How much do you make on a view?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "About a penny. How much
One
do I owe
penny.
you?" So it takes a lot of views. We got to do a lot of other things to make money besides these.
That's why it always cracks us up when some viewer, and it's never any of you all who are like viewing this.
Well-
It's never you guys that, because you're like the hardcore people. But when those folks want to gripe about the sponsors that we have to put in, like the 1 penny per view is not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all part of it. I mean, we'll spend hours a day working on computer and emails and all that kind of stuff. And you know, we've got other businesses too that we have to work with, and we don't share all of that with you, but we're doing our best. So.
Doing our very best. But something exciting. I talked to my friend Jeffrey Ricketts, who lives up in the Northeast, who is, we bought from him an 18th century cabinet and wall to go in this kitchen. And I'm about to start the process of having that shipped down here. I was gonna have Jeffrey completely strip the paint off of it. There's contemporary paint over original paint because we thought it was all painted one color. But as he's been removing the paint, the original paint scheme is actually a series of several different colors, and we're not gonna wanna use the original paint scheme probably. So I've told him he can kind of stop that. I'll get the rest of the modern paint off of it once it's here, and we'll decide. We will probably use a color that is in keeping with the original color that we thought that part of it is, and we thought the whole thing was. And then we'll have our carpenter John Cooper create matching paneling to go around the kitchen. So that's on its way here, Kevin.
That's
Or
exciting.
about to be on its way here once I
Yeah.
get it.
I think that's very exciting.
Once I get U-Ship to get me a quote.
I don't know what would keep us from putting that in right
Absolutely
away.
nothing,
I
honestly.
don't think so. I think we could just put it in when we get it, right?
Yeah. We'll do drywall up, but we don't. Yeah, because we don't want to put it. We want to put it flush. We don't want to.
And then threaten everyone with death,
Because if they get close to it.
dismemberment, if they harm it in any way, right?
Well, because there is 18th century glass in it in the cabinet, so
Well,
maybe not put the door on.
I mean, I think we should maybe cover it with plastic. The drywall people may make a mess
Oh,
of that.
by sure, we will definitely protect it when they're here. Okay, if this is not the most Austin Bilheim scenario I have ever seen in my life. Do you see that we're on the front gallery at Hope? Right? Unfinished. It's a mess out here. But I'm sitting in a gold upholstered mid-19th century, probably mahogany chair, because this is Austin's porch chair. He told me today. This is his porch chair. So, you know, I'm just gonna go with it. It's a whole vibe.
He knows
I love
what's
it.
going on. The rest of us are slipping it on the
Right?
steps.
I'm sitting on the ground in char, and Austin's out here on his golden throne. So I'm going to take a note from Austin's book and start acting accordingly.
We've got furniture we could bring into this house.
Oh, we have. That'd
We
be
just
funny
wanted to ruin a lot
if
of
we just
furniture.
like furnish the whole house.
That would be funny.
I love that plan. Okay, well now you've seen how the other half lives.
Yeah, it looked like tiki torches.
Look at our little lights. They just came out of the box. They haven't even had a day to charge up yet. They're lighting up our little front yard. So cute. I love it. You did a good job, baby.
Thank you.
Well, picking them
Yes, the hours I spent picking them was worth
was
it, right?
well spent. Look how well that one fits that spot right
Yeah.
there. Muy
It does.
excelente.
That was the problem spot.
So proud of you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.